Hi BuWizz fans! So, I'm surrounded by the models that I will be using for the BuWizz Gathering. So these are the models that I will be entering. We took some time and recorded them, and I'm just gonna quickly go over them, and then I'll have a much more detailed description of the models on my personal YouTube channel. So, first let's start with the trophy truck. So this is a 4x4 trophy truck. It has independent suspension on all four wheels, and it has, of course, steering on the front wheels. The front steering is designed so it uses two steering racks, one in the front and one in the rear, so to keep the wheels as tightly controlled, as accurate as possible, and of course extra redundancy. So if I lose one steering rack, I still have another. Also worth noting is that the front suspension has a slight angle, so when the wheel travels up and down, you can see that the angle of the wheel changes. I already made a video about this model, it's on my YouTube channel. Next, let's go with this one for now. This is the smallest model. This is made for the unofficial competition, which was basically idea was from one of our contestants, and basically you had to make a three-wheeler that fits in the area of an A4 sheet of paper, and this is what I came with. It's very unstable, just like its creator. Just joking, but yeah, it does flip a lot, and that makes it a bit more fun to drive. A thing worth noting is that it has Ackermann steering geometry in the front, which means that the inner wheel steers much sharper than the outer wheel, and I have over 45 degrees of steering angle, which makes it very maneuverable. If we look at the details, we can open the doors, and there's an interior with two seats, a BuWizz in the back, two motors for driving, the one massive rear wheel, which is geared down 3 times. And that's about it. Under 500 parts. It's very unstable, but still very fun to drive. Next, we have the trial truck, and this is one of the simplest yet one of the most technical trial trucks I made. So, it has, well, basically has 4 wheels. It has 2 BuWizz motors. One BuWizz motor is driving each side, so if I turn this side, you can see the fake engine turning this side and this side. So the BuWizz motor is driving one side of the wheel and one fake engine. Same on the other side, so we have independent wheel drive on the left and on the right. We also have independent suspension on each of the wheels. And we also have independent steering in the front and in the rear. So we have 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steering and skid steering. And you can see that the steering wheel also turns with the front wheels as it should. And finally there's also a winch, and this is more of a gimmick, but yeah, you can use a winch to, let's say, pull someone out or something like that. I had some space left here, so I decided to put a winch here and an exhaust here. So this is the trial truck. It uses around 700 parts. I made it intentionally a bit more front heavy, and it is very reliable and very much fun to drive, and I hope it will work well. And finally, this is the Buggy / Unlimited. Since this year we are combining the Buggy and Unlimited category, I came up with this kind of a hybrid, and this model might have the most suspension travel I ever put in a LEGO model. It has around 6 centimeters of suspension travel, which is more than some actual racing cars or F1 cars or things like that. And this is the first time I'm using this strong shock absorbers, which are usually used for the 1-5 motorcycles and 1-1 supercars. And they give me progressive suspension, which means that at the start the suspension is soft, but then the more you press it, the harder it gets. So it's a non-linear suspension, so you can go quickly over small bumps, yet absorb big landings. When it comes to drive system, I'm using 2 motors in the front and 2 motors in the rear. No differentials, so all 4 wheels are driven, and the 2 motors in the front and in the rear are connected with that central axle, which means that when you're driving uphill, the front motors are helping the rear wheels to also move. So no differentials, all-wheel drive, and there's only a few gears between the motor and the wheel itself. I'm using normal hubs, so these are not planetary hubs, but normal hubs, and all the gearing is done between the motors and the wheels. As with all other models, it also uses 2 steering racks, one in the front and one in the rear. So if one of the links, let's say one of the links fails, we still have steering. So it's redundancy in case if something fails. So far it's been working really good, and we'll see how it works on the competition itself. Lastly, before I forget, I would like to thank our fans, and I've been thinking about this and now I finally remembered again. I would also like to thank Albert, who sent me some really nice fan letters. Thank you very much for that. It really inspires me, and what can I say? Thank you for all the kind comments, and I will try my best to keep up the good job while I can. Thank you.
Hi BuWizz fans, you have seen a new dose of Jerry's amazing models here on BuWizz channel. If you want to see more videos like this, please click the subscribe button and also click the notification button so you get notified when we post a new video. Thanks, see you next time.